of that popular number, That's Why I Love You.
ye. The court is now in session.
Your Honor, in answer to the charges of disturbing the peace against my clients, I move that they be allowed to reproduce their review here in court so that you may determine whether they are guilty or not.
Proceed with the evidence. Dolly Lewis, you are charged with singing risque songs. Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty. Listen here, Billy dear, said sweet angel child. You know I'm getting wise to all you parlor guys. Now when you call, you just song, and we stay at home. Why you treat me like a 2-year-old? Just get this through your dome. You can hold me on your knee, but don't you try to dada me, 'cause I ain't that kind, I ain't that kind of a baby. Let's go places, let's see things. I'm not tied to apron strings, 'cause I ain't that kind, I ain't that kind of a baby. You know that every time you call, you tell me, Mabel galore. There ain't no fairy tales this baby ain't heard before. I'm way past the age of 3. The booger man's gonna frighten me, 'cause I ain't that kind, I ain't that kind of a baby. You can hold me on your knee, but don't you try to dada me, 'cause I ain't that kind, I ain't that kind of a baby. Let's go places, let's see things. I'm not tied to your apron strings, 'cause I ain't that kind, I ain't that kind of a baby. You know that every time you call, you tell me, Mabel galore. There ain't no fairy tales this baby ain't heard before. I'm way past the age of 3. The booger man's gonna frighten me, 'cause I ain't that kind, I ain't that kind of a baby.
The prisoner is held for further hearing. The chorus of this review is charged with murdering the Black Bottom. Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Counselor, when this nightclub was raided, there was something serious that happened to that waiter.
Your
What
Honor,
was it?
Your Honor, I investigated the case thoroughly, and I found that the man was shot, the knife was found alongside of him. Now, who do you think poisoned him?
Who?
Nobody. He hung himself.
How do you know he hung himself?
Well, the gas jet was wide open.
Was there much gas?
much gas, he was cut from ear to ear.
My gracious. Was he bleeding?
Bleeding. Every bone in his body was broken. He'd been in the water 14 hours.
14 hours? Was he dead?
Well, if he wasn't, he told me a lie.
Irene Tabasco, stand up. You are charged with doing an improper dance in scanty attire. Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Your Honor, I object.
I don't see what you're objecting to.
Well, it looks pretty raw to me.
Well, it looks pretty well done to me.
Stop! This can't go on. The prisoner is held for further examination. Just where is this nightclub located?
At 249 West 45th Street.
Reserve a table there tonight for me for the midnight review.
Now we're all going to get serious out here for just a moment. And we're going to sing one of those old-time songs.
One of
those old-time songs. Now, let's visit here with Eddie. Quiet here, boys. Quiet here.
I didn't I?
Yeah, what's going on here? What's trouble?
I saw something my nut ties on.
You stop wearing Eddie's ties on the stage, boy.
That's my tie.
Stop fighting out here. Quiet. The boys are fighting over a necktie. That's the trouble with this family. The first one up, the best one dressed. There's a guy who looks like he's still asleep. But I do want to apologize for Richard Foy. Richard Foy, that's the young man with the ukulele. This really is his first appearance on the stage in 4 or 5 years. He's been in college. And he's been studying, what do you call these people that study bugs?
Chambermaids.
Listen, Irvin.
I didn't say that. He said it.
I don't say things like that. Quiet here. Give me that smile, Roscoe. Give me that smile. Every time I look at you, boy, you're getting to look more like a sea lion. Of course, you know what a sea lion is.
Oh, yes, I know what a sea lion is.
What is a sea lion?
Sea lion?
Yes. I didn't ask you to do it now, Eddie. Take it easy out here, friend.
Oh, there it
Very
is.
good, Edward. Very good. Really didn't think it was in here. What else can you do on the stage? Oh, I can read your mind.
You can read my mind. That's something... Oh, I like those teeth. They're good for anything.
I'll tell you what you do.
What?
You just take a number from 1 to 10. You think of it, I'll tell you which number you took.
From 1 to 10?
1 to 10.
And you're going to tell me what number I took?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing now?
I'm concentrating.
You look like you're having some fun on your own hook. From 1 to 10. Go on, I've got a number.
You got a number?
Yes.
What is it?
7.
Right.
Will you stop playing?
Say, Charlie. Say,
What is it,
Charlie.
Mary?
Madeline has a little bedtime story for the children that she wants to tell.
Madeline has a bedtime story for the children? Love to hear it. Come on, Madeline, let's hear your bedtime story for the children.
It's Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood was going through the woods to visit her grandmother, and suddenly a big wolf grabbed poor Little Red Riding Hood and pulled both her arms off, pulled both her legs off, gouged both her eyes out, left poor Little Red Riding Hood lying in a pool of blood. Good night, dear little children. May you sleep well.
Oh, give me that black bottom, boy. Get hot. Whoopee! Oh, I was just warming up.
You were just warming up.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I'd hate to see you get hot.
We hate to tell you that we have to leave you.
You're gonna throw
But
that
it
tie
is
again?
just for a while. Some sunny day we'll come back to say, cheer up and just try to smile while we say bye-bye. Pretty baby, don't cry, pretty baby. Oh, my pretty baby.
Oh, my, oh, my.
Our dreams will all come true.
Bye, 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 bye,
You know when, dear, we may meet again, dear. I'll say until then, dear, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We'll come back to
Get him up. Get him up, boy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thanks, Herb. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jack White and the Symphony Orchestra
Broadcasting direct from Carnegie Hall. Thank you. Cut it out. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Gentlemen, be seated. How you feeling, Tambo?
I feel like a rotten apple.
Like a rotten apple? How's that?
Rotten.
Who's that lady I caught you with last night?
That was the lady. That was a loaf of bread.
Ace of clubs?
Right.
Now we have a charming and very cute little girl by the name of Miss Petty. Come, Miss Petty, for the doctor.
Now bye-bye, baby, here comes my train.
Where you going?
Kiss and cuddle me tight.
Yes, sir.
Say you love me and then
All right, I love you.
say you love me again.
I love you again, all right.
Bye-bye, baby, here comes my train.
Has that train got in yet?
Telephone me each night.
Sure, I'll ring up.
'Cause I'll be there when you call. You don't have to worry at all.
Well, tell me about
'Cause when you're gone, I'll be good.
You'll be good.
Not because you'll be good.
Why?
But just because I'm crazy for you.
She's crazy over me.
And when you're gone,
Yeah?
I'll say it. Not because I like it.
Why?
Just because I'm crazy for you.
Hasn't changed my mind yet?
Oh, please, it's someone new that could.
Not here.
Oh, please, don't do a thing that I wouldn't do.
In Dixieland.
Oh, baby, when it rains, I'll play cards. Not because I like cards, just because I'm crazy for you.
Yeah, all right, Doctor. Well, that's lovely. Hey, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. No more of that. Now we have the two charming Lee sisters here. 4 clubs?
Right.
The two charming Lee sisters, one blonde and one brunette. For your approval, and don't forget the blonde is just the type the gentlemen prefer.
Well, why do gentlemen prefer blondes?
Where there's light, there's heat, Doctor. Come in, sisters. You notice I'm on the heat side, too.
You're mean to me. Why must you be mean to me? See, honey, it seems to me you love to see me cry. I don't know why I came home. See tonight when you say you're gone. You know that I'm left alone, singing the blues and crying. You treat me coldly each day of the year. You always scold me whenever someone is near. Tears on me, brave unmade me to me. You shattered hearts that you see. What you mean to
You are now back in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. When you hear the magical gong sound, you will know exactly 10 minutes to 4 Warner time. Stand by. Mark time. 10 minutes to 4 Warner time comes to you through the courtesy of the Vitaphone Kitty Car Company. Say, Doctor, what time is it?
It's time to love it. It's time to
Stop it, Doctor, please. My nerves. Going to have a little song, ladies and gentlemen, entitled, Where Do All the Mothers Learn What They Tell Their Daughters Not to Do? Speak easy, boy, I'm no clown. Gonna leave this here town. Everything is closing down. Mussolini!
Yeah.
Speak easy, go and tell the bunch. Not going east, not going west, cause I got a different hunch. Got a hunch. Gonna hunch. I got a hunch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sold to the man with the glasses. I'll be leaving town this summer and I won't be home till fall. So long, Broadway. Hello, Red Bank. With the stein upon the table, I'll be laughing at you all. Goodbye, Broadway. Hello, Montreal. I'm on my way. I'll raise whoop-whoop-whoopee night and day. And if my wifey wants me, you may tell her where to call. 4 o'clock, goodbye, Broadway. Hello, Montreal. Yammo, I think I want to drink. Yammo, there's water in the sink. Sawing a woman in half.
Sounds like a singer's midget. Why, you're supposed to brighten up the place and laugh, clown, laugh. And you're supposed to brighten up the place and laugh, clown, laugh.
Yeah.
Spirit.
No.
Why don't let your heart grow too mellow? Oh, why just be an all-round good fellow like a Banjanello. Yeah, I know when he was a hoofer. You're supposed to brighten up the place and laugh, clown, laugh. What? You can't be dogs, your ears are too long. You're supposed to brighten up the place and laugh, clown. Old frown. Boy, isn't that the honey? Sonny boy, a little later. How about I get it? Let me apologize to laugh. All the world's a masquerade party. Why, think it all the world is round. Old Bill Shakespeare said, when you live, have a good time. Make your own sunshine. Mix the bitter with the sweet. Give your aunt a easy seat. Now take the rich man, for instance. Take the rich man. Yeah. Just try and take the rich man. He thinks everything is on the huff and huff, eh? Well, he followed my tips in the last 3 fights, and now he's on his way over the hill to the poorhouse. Yeah, the poorhouse wasn't tough enough. They had to put a hill in it. Did you ever get a look at the pauper? The big, tall guy they call Stump? Him and his old man's got 4 elbows. He couldn't go coffee, he had to go tea. He goes along the avenue shouting. Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to get a dog a grapefruit. And when she got there, she only found sponge cake. Now the dog eats bananas. Don't that appeal to you? But aren't we all actors?
Sure.
Even they believe it. And when we come back to our dressing room and look in the mirror, that's when we find ourselves as we really are. That's why my old man went out and committed suicide. He couldn't stand a second look. Well, it's since he wasn't two-faced, he'd be wearing the right one. And then the war broke out. Thousands, millions of boys leaving their homes, their wives and sweethearts. And where were you? Where were you and where were you?
Where were you?
Never mind me. They got me, buddy.
They got you, buddy. Tell me your name so I can tell your mother.
You darn fool, my mother knows my name. But I must keep acting. Acting. And through the war's great curse stands the Red Cross nurse. She's the rose of no man's life.
You're marvelous, out of doubt, out of touch. Ooh, wouldn't be hanging around your neighborhood, so you wouldn't be missing like red white hood. Just hello to someone, hello to those eyes. Oh, wouldn't be jealous of why oh you. Oh, wouldn't be jealous of you. Now there's a girl next door to me. She's keeping company, but somehow they don't know what love is all about. The walls are very thin. I can't help listening. They quarrel and the fellow will shout. Each time I wanna pass, who think that I'm all that? You play so hard to get, baby boys don't feel like that. Each time I wanna kiss, just one you never miss, but you don't wanna kiss. Don't be like that. I don't know why. But you love to tease me. Now if you just sigh, you find it easy to please me. When in a quiet place, I say your lessons great. You live right in my place. I don't feel like that. You got a boo-boo butter. I like your boo-boo butter. Ah, you boo-boo butter. Oh, gee, don't feel like that. You got a scat-that-that. I love your scat-that-that. But you ain't in your nose. Don't be like that. Da-da-dee-da-da-dee. Ba-ba-dee-da. Oh, you're so appealing. Ba-dee-da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-dee-da. Those of you could love me with you. Ba-doo-dee-doo-doo-dee-da-doo. Ba-ba-dee-no. Ba-dee-dee-doo. Ba-dee-doo. Don't be like that.
I want to see Mr. Foy.
Who are you?
Well, I'm Georgie Price, and it's very important.
Oh, Mr. Foy.
Oh,
Hello, Georgie.
hello, Bryan.
What's on your mind?
Well, I'll tell you, Bryan. I don't like to say this, but I'm afraid we'll have to postpone making this short today.
Oh, we can't postpone it, Georgie. We're all set to shoot. See? What's the idea of postponing it?
Well, now, you see, when I said I'd come over here and make a short for you, I thought it was just a matter of dabbing on a little powder and combing my hair and singing a few songs, telling a few jokes, but this is different.
Well, that's all you've got to do, Georgie. Now, come on. What's upsetting you?
What's upsetting me?
Yeah.
This studio. thousands of fellas running around, all this excitement, hanging lights, hanging microphones, fixing things around here. You know, it's different in a theater. In a theater, there's a wonderful audience. As soon as I walk out on the stage and I start to sing, I can look at their faces and I can tell whether they're with me or not. But with here it's different. There's no atmosphere, no audience, no nothing. I'm nervous about it, Bryan.
Oh, now, aren't you foolish? Why, you've got a real audience right here.
What do you mean?
There's your audience.
You call that an audience? Not for me.
Oh, I see. You want a real flesh and blood audience. All right, Georgie. Oh, boys, on the set, will you? Come on, boys, on the set.
What are you doing?
There you are. Now, how's that?
That's great. It looks like lockout day at the mines.
All right, Georgie. Now, take it easy. Go to it. We're all with you.
All right, Bryany. Hello, fellas. You know, I think that every talking picture should have a theme song. And I think I should have a theme song, too. Of course, I had an idea for a theme song for this picture. It was very cute, too. It was called Georgie Price, I Love You. But somehow it didn't seem to work out. So as long as I haven't a theme song, perhaps you fellas can suggest something for me to sing.
My Mother's Eyes.
Oh, now, wait a minute. My Mother's Eyes been used so much lately that Mama is getting to be a little bit cross-eyed already.
I kiss your hand, madame.
Something told me I shouldn't have worn this red tie today. But never mind, fellas. I have an idea. I have a little song called Hello, Sunshine, Hello, and I think you're going to like it. It's cute. Now, don't forget, when I walk out, give me a big hand. You hear? A big hand.
It's your lights, boys. Quiet, please.
I was a lonely one. I'm not the only one. Others have been lonely too. Maybe it had to be, gee, but it had to be, feeling unhappy and blue. But everything's so different today, because good luck is coming my way. I'm looking up at the sky, I see the clouds rolling by. Hello, sunshine, hello. I'll say you're long overdue, how I've been waiting for you. Hello, sunshine, hello. And what if I've been gloomy? Oh, listen to me. I'll never be that way again. I know that certain someone is mine. That's why I want you to shine. Hello, sunshine. Hello. So welcome. I know you're really for me. I know you're gonna warm me now. Oh, so welcome. Every little ray of sprinkle helps the straighten out my wrinkles now. Sun rays, your bright rays, mean nothing but bright days. Bluebirds are whistling and howl. That certain someone is mine. That's why I want you to shine. Hello, sunshine. Hello. How's that, Bryany?
Oh, that was fine, Georgie. That was great.
Good.
Yeah.
Success. I want more money. I say I want more money. I guess you didn't hear me. When you want more money here, the synchronization is very, very bad. I'm lucky I get what they promised me. But speaking of request songs, you know, like you fellas requesting, reminds me that not long ago I was over in England and I was supposed to give a concert. And the morning of this concert, an Englishman came over to me and he said, "My dear Mr. Price," he said, "I wonder if you would be so kind to do a little request number for me." I said, "Sure, I'll be glad I do it if I know the number." He said, "Well, surely you'll know it." He says, "It's an old American folk song. The title of it is The Trust Companies of Indiana." I said, "Whoa, wait a minute, I never heard of that." He said, "What, you've never heard of the Trust Companies of Indiana?" I said, "No, not a song by that title." He said, "Well, that's very, very peculiar indeed." And he left. Well, about 4 hours later, he came back. He said, "My dear Mr. Price," he said, "I fear that I've made a fool of myself. The number that I wish you to do is not the Trust Companies of Indiana. No. Oh, it's the Banks of the Wabash." Oh, is that silly or no? Now listen, fellas, you don't mind if I unbutton my tie, do you? Huh? After all, maybe it'll help me sing better. You don't mind if I sit down? You fellas are sitting down. What a holiday for you fellas. I might as well make it a holiday for myself. And speaking of holidays, there's Mother's Day, there's Father's Day, there's holidays galore. The days we celebrate in honor of the great. Now in memory of the birth of love, we're going to add one more. A holiday of joy for every happy girlie and boy. The man in the moon is shaking a broom. He's sweeping the Milky Way. And you're steady to be getting ready for a sweetheart's holiday. All the little birds of the land, they're forming a band, and oh, what a tune they're going to play. They're congregating, they'll soon be syncopated for that sweetheart's holiday. So come on, bring all your hugs and your kisses, and fall into line. Be there at 7:45. Moonlight saves the time. So come on and line up your cars. Park under the stars, out where the breezes play. And you're steady to be getting ready for a sweetheart's holiday. Now there's Christmas Day, there's New Year's Day, Halloween for the kiddies too. And there's a day of mirth that marks the birth, the old red, white, and blue. And there's a day we keep in reverence deep for heroes gone about. And now we've named a holiday to mark the birth of love. When poverty street can proudly meet 40 millionaires roll. Big or small, we're equals all under that moonlight silvery glow. Where the only goal for young and old is the kiss that's meant for you. Where the only fame is to share the lane with the one who loves you true. When the world goes round to the happy sound of a million I love yous. When you close up shop and the heavens drop way down below your shoes. When you walk on air and the only care that will ever come your way is how to cram a year of love into just one little day. So come on, everybody, one and all, bring your sis and your brother, 'cause there'll be plenty of room. Do one thing more, make for your dad and your mother a second honeymoon. 'Cause each banker and dog, each queen and stenog will share in that same old way, under that same old moonlight, that same old school light, on a sweetheart holiday.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because I don't know what time I'm going on, what time I'm, well, anyway, I want you to forgive me because I'm a Russian and I'm not so long in this country. It would be much easier for me if you would all speak English. And I suppose you've seen for the past 5-6 years a lot of importations from Russia. For instance, like Mr. Shalyapin, the famous Russian dancer Madame Pavlova, Rachmaninov, and other Russian celebrities. This time, when I'm on now, I'm going to introduce you what I brought over from Russia. There are 8 Russian boys, just came over from the other side, and they are the original Volga boatmen from Odessa, in their native costumes, and it cost me a lot of money to bring them over to this country, so I hope you all enjoy their little entertainment and give the boys a chance. Otherwise, it will cost me more money to send them back to Odessa. Хорошо, ребята? Идите сюда. Садитесь. Don't be surprised, there's a lot of changes in Russia nowadays. And for the first number, we'll play for you a little Scotch piece entitled Sleep Tight. Right, boys?
in the great sky so blue, if I had you. I could live the old days behind, leave all my past, I never mind. I could start my life all anew, if I had you. I could grant it to get longer, sell my loaves and wine. I could go to bar in the sun, if I had you by my side. I could be a king in a gown, humble or poor, rich or known. There is nothing I don't do, if I had you.
Sit down, boys, that was very good. And while we were in the Russian atmosphere, I want to introduce a little Russian girl, a little refugee. She come over to this country as a stowaway, and her name is, I will not tell you the name, but I'll tell you what she's going to sing. She is going to sing for you that Russian song, very, you know, that's like you've heard before, like the Russians sing, Ochi chornaya, Ochi starasnaya. Хорошо? Хорошо. Her name is Miss Isabel Washington. All right, boys.
Mean to me, why must you be mean to me? See, honey, it seems to me you like to see me cry. I don't know why I stay home each night when you say you phone. You don't, and I'm left all alone, singing the blues and crying. You treat me coldly each day in the year. You always tell me whenever somebody is near. Oh dear, it must be gay until be mean to me. You shouldn't cry, can't you see what you mean to me? You treat me coldly each day in the year. You always call me whenever somebody is near.
That was very good. Thank you very much. They are clever, those Russians. I didn't know that. And now I have another little surprise for you. I brought over with me a Russian feller while I was there about 2 months ago in Russia. And his name is Ivan Godovsky from Odessa. And he could sing, and that's his first appearance not only in the pictures, but in this country. And I don't know what he's going to sing. I'll call on him and find out. Ivan Godovsky! Godovsky! А? Ах ты здесь, а я тебе ищу за кулисами. Что ты будешь петь сегодня? А? Maybe he's right. All right, what are you going to sing? He wants to sing for you a song called Louis. Would you like to hear it? Sure you would. And you wouldn't, you'll hear it anyway. That's all you know. All right, boys, hit it.
So with the Louise, I did not reason so with the Louise. It's the wrong of me long, I love you. Every little bit that I feel in my heart seems to repeat what I feel that I start. This little song tells me that I adore you, Louise. Just to see and hear you brings joy I never knew, but to be so near you thrills me through and through. Anyone can see why I wanted your kiss. It had to be by the one that we say. And if it's wrong, someone like you could love me.
That was very good. Thank you, Godovsky. Look out, don't lose your skirt, will you please? Sit down. And now we're going to play for a little piece entitled Boo Boo Blues. Boo Boo, it's a Russian little piece that we're going to play What is that, boys? Oh, you. I tell you the truth, since I'm hanging around those foreigners, I start to speak with an accent myself. All right, boys, let's play that blues, boo-boos, all right.
We are now playing our opening signature, California Echoes. Next, we are going to play our Negro spiritual version of My Kind of Love.
Say, will you kindly tell me what in the world are you singing about?
I'm singing about the girl I love.
Yeah? Well, what are you singing about?
The girl I love.
Well, you don't know anything about any girl at all. Then tell them about that girl you used to have.
My kind of love?
Yeah.
My kind of love. Your kind of love. When love comes stealing and courage that feeling, 'cause my kind of love is one way to paradise. My kind of lips, your kind of lips, they keep me believing, although they're deceiving. My kind of love, one way to paradise. Although you're unhappy today, you may be gone tomorrow. Love comes but once, so don't be a dunce. When you meet it, why just steal it, beg, or borrow. I'm fond of you, you're fond of me. Now tell me you love me, and hug me and squeeze me, 'cause my kind of love is one way to paradise. Controlled by destiny, I'm a victim of love. When my heart commands, I must obey. 100 million lovers love to be loved, but each in a special way. I hear them rave about the stars and the moon. Oh, it's so useless when it starts to rain. I'm satisfied to love from June until June, but surely that will explain.
Well, my kind of love, my Lord, and your kind of love keeps me believing all I want. Although you're so deceiving, my kind of love is the only one way to paradise.
That's the way to paradise.
Well, my kind of love, my Lord, and your kind of love, love comes stealing, encourage that feeling. My kind of love is the only one way to paradise.
Although you're happy today, you may be gone tomorrow. Love comes but once, don't be a
Although you're happy today, you may be gone tomorrow. Love comes but once, so don't be a dunce. And now, we're playing our closing signature, the song of the island.
Oh, by the way, here's another letter. The usual answer for that one.
Yes, sir.
Miss Burns, I'm not to be disturbed. I don't want to see anyone, understand?
Yes.
Anyone.
How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Where is Mr. Howard?
He's not in.
Now, please don't lie to me. I heard his voice.
I beg your pardon.
Never mind that, but I haven't got time for foolishness.
I told you, he was not here.
I don't care what you told me. I know he is here, and I've got to see him. It's a matter of life and death. It's very important. You wouldn't take that on your conscience, would you?
What's the idea?
How do you do? How do you do?
I take it that you're in possession of some information that concerns my life or death.
Quite right, sir. But first, you've got to answer me a few questions.
I'm a very busy man. I haven't any time for any nonsense.
You don't call dying a nonsense.
Say, what are you, an undertaker?
No. Much better. But first, you've got to answer me a very important question. It's important. It's a matter of life and death.
All right. Make it quick.
Now, would you kindly tell me, how long does it take you to come every day from your home to your office?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. And the same amount of time you need to come from your office to your home?
Yes.
And in the traffic, I suppose?
Yes.
In other words, you endanger your own life every day for 30 minutes. Now, you wouldn't keep your head under the water for 30 minutes.
No.
You wouldn't lie under the wheels of an automobile for 30 minutes.
Well, of course not.
That's an intelligent person. Now, I represent the Businessman Insurance Company. We can give you a policy that protects
what's
you
the
against...
meaning of this nonsense, breaking into my office? I don't need any life insurance.
Oh, it's very selfish on your part, sir. Very selfish. You've got to think of your wife and of your children.
I haven't any children.
How about your wife?
I haven't any wife.
Oh, naturally you haven't got any children. But I represent Union Marriage Agency. I can show you the pictures of the most beautiful girls in the whole world. I represent girls of all ages and all styles. Tall and short, fat and thin, blondes and brunettes.
I agree with you. But who wants to marry a fat man?
But it isn't necessary for a man to be fat. All what you've got to do to use my reducer, of which I am representative. Now, if you use this reducer 3 hours every morning when you get up, and 3 hours every night before you go to bed, in 1 week you'll be able to marry. In 2 weeks you'll be as thin as a needle. And all these beautiful girls will be glad to darn stockings for you.
You have an answer for everything, haven't you? What did I do that you should visit me on my busy day? Please go.
No. Give me just a few more minutes.
Just a few more minutes and I'll be tearing the hair out of my head.
Taking up the matter where you left off. The hair on your head. Now, here I have a bottle with the magic tonic. Grow hair and be happy. 2 weeks of that tonic and you will look like a musician.
Oh, please, go. You're giving me a headache.
A headache? All you have to do is to use my Norton's headache pills. It makes headache a pleasure.
Oh. What? I can't hear you.
You can't hear it. Then you must use my Martin's device. It increases the voice over the telephone. It may let you hear things even your best friends won't tell you.
Mr. Howard, I'm going to lunch.
You're going to lunch? What for? Why don't you want to use my Matilda's luncheon pills? Nourishing. Everything from grapefruit to the toast. The whole 18 days diet in one pill.
I must go.
No, why don't you want to try it? It's very nice.
It's a matter of life and death.
Yes, and
Hey,
you're
wait a
going
minute. No, you cannot do this thing now, please. You must have one of our skeleton keys. It guarantees to open any lock in the wall.
You'd drive a man to suicide.
Suicide? Oh, here I am selling Westman revolver. Never misses. Guarantees to kill a person with the first bullet. If it doesn't, we give you your money back.
I don't believe a word you've said. You're a faker.
Me, a faker?
Yes, a gigantic faker. I have a good mind to try this revolver out. On second thought, I will. You lied to me. This gun is no good. You're still alive.
You must be very thankful to me for that, because that demonstrates to you the best bulletproof vest of which I am representative. Now look here. You can do anything you want. This is the proof that it's the best product ever made. In a war, in a peace, never was a proof like this
Wasting your time again listening to that bird squawk.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, no.
Come in.
Good evening, Mrs. Wright. Oh, it's cold, ain't it?
Is it?
I want to talk to John. Is he home?
Yes, he's home. But you can't speak to him
Why can't I?
because he's dead.
Dead? Why? What did he die of?
He died of a rope around his neck.
Well, where is he?
In there.
Who killed him?
I don't know. We was both asleep.
How can anyone slip a rope around his neck and strangle him without waking you up?
I sleep sound. I didn't wake up.
Has anybody been notified?
No.
I guess I better go and get the coroner. And the sheriff.
I guess we'll go into the bedroom first and then out to the barn and around there. You're convinced that there was nothing important here, nothing that would point to any motive.
I've looked everything over. There's nothing.
Here's a nice mess.
Oh, hush fruit. It did freeze. She worried about that when it turned cold.
Well, can you beat that? Hell for murder and worrying about trifles.
Dirty towels. Not much of a housekeeper, would you say, ladies?
There's a great deal of work to be done on a farm. Those towels get dirty awful quick. Men's hands aren't always as clean as they might be.
Loyal to your sex, I see. But you and Mrs. Wright were neighbors. I suppose you were friends, too.
I've not seen much of her of late years. I've not been in this house. It's more than a year.
And why was that? You didn't like her?
I liked her all well enough. Farmers' wives have their hands full, Mr. Henderson. And then,
Yes?
it never seemed a very cheerful place.
No, it's not cheerful. I wouldn't say she had the homemaking instinct.
Well, I don't know as Wright had either.
You mean they didn't get on very well?
No, I don't mean anything. But I don't think a place would be any cheerfuler for John Wright's being in it.
Now, I want to hear more about that a little later. I want to get the lay of things in there now.
I suppose anything my wife does will be all right. She was to take some clothes into her, you know, and a few little things. We left in such a hurry yesterday.
Yes, but I want to see what you take, Mrs. Peters. And keep an eye out for anything that may be of use to us.
Yes, Mr. Henderson.
I'd hate to have men coming into my kitchen, snooping around and criticizing.
course, it's no more than their duty.
Duty's all right, but it seems mean to talk about her for not having things slicked up when she had to come away in such a hurry.
Well, I must get her a clean gingham. She said it was in the sitting room.
Right was close. I think maybe that's why she kept so much to herself. She didn't even belong to the ladies' aid. I suppose she felt she couldn't do her part. And then you don't enjoy things when you feel shabby. This all you want to take in?
She said she wanted an apron and her little shawl that always used to hang behind the door.
Mrs. Peters, do you think she did it?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I don't think she did. Asking for an apron and her little shawl and worrying about her fruit.
Mr. Peters says it looks bad for her. Mr. Henderson is awful sarcastic in her speech, and he'll make fun of her for saying she didn't wake up.
Well, I guess John Wright didn't wake up when they were slipping that rope under his neck.
No, it's strange. Must have been done awful crafty and still. They say it was such a funny way to kill a man, rigging it all up like that.
That's just what Mr. Hale says. And there was a gun in the house. He says that's what he can't understand.
Well, Mr. Henderson said coming out that what was needed for the case was a motive. Something to show anger or sudden feeling.
Well, I don't see any signs of anger around here. Wonder how they're finding things in there. I hope she had it a little more readied up there. You know, it seems kind of sneaky, locking her up in town and coming out here and trying to get her own house to turn against her.
But, Mrs. Hale, the law is the law.
I suppose it is. Better loosen up your things, Mrs. Peters. You won't feel them when you come out.
Oh, she was piecing a quilt.
Why, it looks like a log cabin pattern, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she was going to quilt it or just knot it.
They wonder if she was going to quilt it or just knot it.
Well, let's go out the barn and get that cleared up.
I don't know as there's anything so strange but our taking up our time with little things while we're waiting for them to get the evidence. I don't see as it's anything to laugh about.
Well, of course, they've got awful important things on their minds.
Mrs. Peters, look at this. Here's the one she was working on. And look at the sewing. All the rest of it has been so nice and even. And look at this. All over the place. Why, it looks as if she didn't know what she was about.
What are you doing, Mrs. Hale?
Just pulling out a stitch or two. That's not sewed very good. Bad sewing always made me fidgety.
Well, I don't think we'd ought to touch things.
I'll just finish up this end. What do you suppose she was so nervous about?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if she was nervous. I sometimes sew awful queer when I'm just tired. Well, I must get these things wrapped up. They may be through sooner than we think. Now, I wonder where I can find a piece of paper and a string.
In the cupboard, maybe.
Why, there's a bird cage. Did she have a bird, Mrs. Hale?
Why, I don't know whether she did or not.
Seems funny to think of a bird here. But of course she must have had one, or why would she have a cage? I wonder what happened to it. Why, just look at this door, Mrs. Hale. It's broke. One hinge is pulled apart.
Looks as if someone's been rough with it.
Why, yes.
I wish if they were going to find any evidence, they'd hurry. I don't like this place.
Oh, but I'm awful glad you came with me, Mrs. Hale. It'd be kind of lonesome for me, sitting here just by myself.
It would, wouldn't it? But I tell you what I do wish, Mrs. Peters. I wish I had come over sometimes when she was here. I wish I had. Did you know John Wright, Mrs. Peters?
No, but they say he was a good man.
Good? I guess he paid his debts. But he was a hard man, Mrs. Peters. I should think she would have wanted a bird. But what do you think happened to it?
Oh, I don't know. Unless it got sick and died.
Tell you what, why don't you take the quilt in with you? It might help make up her mind.
Well, I think that's a real nice idea, Mrs. Hale. There couldn't possibly be any objection to it, could there? I wonder if her patches are in there, and her things.
This looks as if it might have some sewing in it. Maybe her scissors are here. Why, there's something wrapped up in this piece of silk. Why, Mrs. Peters,
it's the bird.
But Mrs. Peters, look at it. Its neck. Look at its neck. It's all out of sight, too.
Somebody wrung its neck.
Well, ladies, have you decided whether she was going to quilt it or knot it?
We think she was going to knot it.
Well, that's very interesting, I'm sure. Oh, has the bird flown?
We think the cat got it.
Oh, is there a cat?
Well, not now. They're superstitious, you know. They leave.
No sign at all of anyone having come from the outside. Their own rope. Now, let's go in again and go over it piece by piece. It would have to be someone that knew just...
She liked the bird. She was going to bury it in this pretty box.
When I was a girl, I had a kitten. A boy in the neighborhood took a hatchet, and before I could stop him, right before my eyes, he... And if they hadn't held me back, I'd have... hurt him. Of course, we don't know who killed the bird.
I knew John Wright.
An awful thing was done in this house that night, Mrs. Hale. Killing a man in his sleep. Slipping a rope round his neck that choked the life out of him.
His neck choked the life out of him.
If there'd been years and years of nothing, then a bird to sing to you, it'd be awful still after the bird was still. But the law has got to punish crime, Mrs. Hale.
Oh, I wish I'd come to see her once in a while. That was a crime. That was a crime. Who's going to punish that?
We mustn't take one thing.
I might have known she needed help. I know how things can be for women.
It's a good thing they can't hear us. Wouldn't they just laugh, getting all upset over a little thing like a dead canary, as if that could have anything to do with...
Maybe they would. Maybe they would.
No, Peters. It's all perfectly clear, except a reason for doing it. If there was some definite thing, something to show, something to make a story about, a thing that would connect up for this strange way of doing it.
Well, I've got the team around. It's cold out there.
I'm going to stay here for a while by myself. You can send in for me later. I'm going over everything again.
I'm not satisfied that we can't do better.
You want to see what my wife is going to take in?
Oh, I guess they're not very dangerous things the ladies have picked out. No, Mrs. Peters doesn't need supervising. For that matter, a sheriff's wife is married to the law. Ever think of it that way, Mrs. Peters?
Not just that way.
Married to the law. Well, I just wanted you to come in there a minute, George.
We ought to take a look at those windows. Oh, those windows.
We'll be right out, Mr. Hale.
All right. Well, Henry, at least we found out that she wasn't going to quilt it. She was going to, what do you call it, ladies?
We call it not it, Mr. Henderson.
Oh, yes.
Here we meet again. I don't suppose you've got a date for dinner tonight, have you? I thought not. I tell you what we'll do. We'll arrange a little party at my apartment for tonight.
What did you get for me?
Say, I got a boyfriend that's a knockout and plenty of dough.
And I'll bet he's married.
No. Married? You don't think I'd send you up with a married man, do you?
Oh, no. Speaking of marriage, Charlie, where's your wife?
Oh, here's Oswald now. How are you,
How are you,
Ozzy?
Charlie?
Say, I've just been describing you to the girls.
Oh, have you?
Ladies, may I present my friend, Oswald Heimenheiser?
I'm awfully pleased to meet you.
Oh, are you? The pleasure is all mine. Tell them all about me and try and fix it up. Go ahead.
You suppose Mr. Heisenheimer would like to join our party?
Like to join you? Try and keep me away, you little girl, you.
Oh, you say the cleverest thing.
Oh, do you think so? And look, they're all for nothing, too.
What time?
8 o'clock right here.
That's fine.
Okay with you, Ozzy?
Okay, it'll be great with me.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Toodaloo. Don't forget, girls, 8 o'clock. Oh.
Not bad.
I hope not too good.
Say, now listen.
What?
How are you going to get away from the wife tonight?
Get away? Why, it'll be a cinch. The minute I go home, I'll start a fight. I'll tell her I have to go back to the office. That always burns her up.
Well, supposing that don't work.
Well, I'll tell her I'm going to meet you. That's like waving a red flag in front of a bull.
Why don't you tell her you got a card game on?
Oh, no. I'm saving that for the last resort.
Well, good luck. And don't forget, right here at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock? I'll be there at 7:30.
Don't you worry, Sadie. I'll have Oswald there at 9 o'clock sharp. That's fine. The guests will be there at 8:30, and I have the table set with the ginger ale, the birthday cake, and everything.
And the minute he walks in the door, we'll all yell surprise. And what a surprise it'll be. Poor darling, I didn't even let him know that it was his birthday this morning. Didn't even mention it to him. There he is now. Get out. Quick, quick. I want to see it. Go out the back door. Darling.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me, and don't start fighting with me. I'm very nervous and sick, and I can't stay here 5 minutes. I got to go back to the office.
Well, that's perfectly all right. I'll let the dishes wait, and I'll go to the office with you.
You'll go to whose office with what? Listen.
You just said you were going to the office.
You can't go with me. You'll be in the way. Or no, I mean, well, I might as well tell you the truth. I'm going to play cards.
Well, that's okay with me.
It isn't okay. I'm going to play cards with Charlie. And I know you hate Charlie, and every time you and he meet, you always have an argument, and you know I hate arguments.
But, darling, you're not causing an argument, and I do like Charlie. Now, if you want to play cards, you bring Charlie and all the boys up here, and I'll fix you a nice little supper. How's
Supper?
that?
I don't want any supper. I don't want any breakfast, or I don't want any dinner. I don't want anything. I want you to leave me alone. Now, leave me alone. I'm very sick and nervous. Leave me alone.
Now, you just calm yourself, darling. I'll put on my hat and coat, and I'll be with you in a jiffy. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Oswald. Oh, Oswald. Oswald. Oh, Oswald. Oswald.
Hey, are you sure they're going to show up?
Oh, don't worry. It's only 8:15 now.
Yeah, well, I'll only wait 5 more minutes. And if they're not here then, I'll only wait another hour and a half. Oh, look, here, I forgot. Where are we going, and how much money have you?
Don't worry. I know a swell party down the street we can crash and save all that overhead.
Good. Whoopee! Oh, here they are. Oh, now, how do you do, girls?
Hello? Oh, Sadie?
Why, where's Oswald?
Oh, I don't know where he is. He sneaked out on me.
Why, here he is. Here comes Oswald now.
What? Oh, he is. I'll put on my clothes and be right over.
Here comes Oswald. Here comes Oswald. The party will begin.
Surprise, Oswald. I see you ran away from the wife. Bad boy. Hello, Charlie.
Hello, how are you?
Please have Oswald, won't you?
Yes,
We'll
I
have a
sure
big party
will.
tonight.
Well, how do you like it?
What's the idea of all this?
Well, boy, when I do things, I do them right.
Everybody in here knows my wife.
Here, darling. Take my coat, sweetheart.
Now, let's get
I'm
started.
going to get out of here.
Oh, don't be,
You
don't
must
go.
go away. You've got to stay here and play with me.
Don't be a fool, you fool. Let's you and I find that punch bowl, baby.
What's the matter with you anyhow? I like this party. I want to stay and you want to go home.
I don't want to go home. I want to be, you know, you and I want to be alone by ourselves. You know, we can... I'll tell you what to do. Let you and I go in there and hide.
Hide?
Yeah, we'll hide. Come on. Come on. Now, look, see? Isn't that better? We're all by ourselves.
I don't know what's the matter with you. You scared of something?
Scared? No, I'm not scared. I'm just a little bit careful.
Careful?
Yeah.
What of?
Why, you see,
Married.
Yeah.
Hello, Mary. Lady, where's Oswald? Why, he's been here some time. He must know all about it.
Then the surprise is on me. I didn't know he knew a thing about it. Say, honey, where can I put my things?
Right over there, dear, and make yourself
Okay,
right at
thanks.
home.
Hello,
And I'll go and try and find Oswald.
You see, I'm a different kind of a married man. Well, I'll tell you the truth. You see, at home, my wife, she don't understand me.
I've heard that story before, too.
Oh, have you? Well, now wait a minute. Now listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. My wife and I are going to be divorced. I'm going to divorce her. And the minute I do, if you want to change your laundry mark...
Why, what do you mean?
Oh, now wait. Now, come here. Now, don't get like that, will you? Why, we're just getting acquainted. I'll tell you what to do. How about you and I plan some little games, huh?
I don't want to play any games.
Yeah, come on. Let's play some games.
Well, what kind of games do you want me to play?
I don't know. What kind of games have you?
Well, do you want to play post office?
Post office? Nah, that's a kid's game.
Not the way I play it.
Oh, no? Wait a minute. I have an idea. Come here a minute. I'll tell you what to do. Let you and I play Puss in the Corner. My wife.
Your wife? Your wife. Oswald.
Now, wait a minute, dear. I can explain.
Stand still, you coward.
Take it easy, dear.
Office, you worm.
Now, wait a minute, honey. There's a party going on inside. They'll hate.
Who cares about that party?
Now, wait. Wait, sweetheart. Wait, now, wait, dear. Think of your operation.
I'll give you an operation.
Now, wait a minute. Now, wait. You're all nervous and excited. Don't throw that. That costs money. Get something cheap, don't. Oh! Now, listen.
Oh, wow.
If you don't stop that. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, you will hit it again.
Now, wait, I didn't mean that.
I'll give you something that hits you about.
Oh, I did. Now, wait a minute. Oh, let me. You know I'll have to pay for all this.
Oh, who cares?
Will you stop that?
Well, you're going to divorce me, are you?
Now, wait, you're all excited. Oh, my.
What's that?
Maybe it's the rain.
Don't give your right name.
Charlie, come and help me.
What's the matter?
Oswald.
What's happened to him?
They're killing him.
Killing him? Stand back. I'll protect Oswald. Be quiet.
Oh!
You wanted to play post office, didn't you?
Now, wait. You're going to be sorry for this.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're going to be sorry.
Oswald, what is the matter?
Oh, this is all your fault.
What do you mean?
Oh!
So you wanted to play puss in the corner, did you? Well, I'll sock you in the puss and you'll stay in the corner all night.
What kind of a party is this? Well, I've been looking all over for you. I met two of the swellest looking girls you ever saw in your life. I've been telling them all about you, and they're just crazy to meet you. Now, I've got it all fixed for tonight. Can you get away from the wife?
Can I get away from my wife?
Yeah.
No, I can't get away from my wife. Or, yes, I can get away from... I don't want to get away from my wife. How dare you come in here and What makes you come in here and try and take me away from my wife? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Man, you should know... come on, sweetheart. Let's get away from this horrid man. Can I get away from my wife?
Don't talk like that, Joe. Well, you and I could do a great act. You split with your wife, I split with my partner. Besides that, I got a break-in date all set.
Listen, if my wife ever saw my name in front of a theater, she'd come backstage and kill me.
We can fix that. We'll change our names, call ourselves the Reese Brothers, and nobody will know who we are.
We could still use our own names and nobody will know who we are.
Listen, if Tony Pastor would ever catch us, we're assisting. We're in that big theater on 14th Street. Do you know that?
Stage manager? What do I look like, the leading lady?
We're the Reese Brothers. Yeah, we're headlining here this week.
Oh, yeah? Where's the dressing rooms? You dress upstairs in the deluxe suite.
Is that the Stars dressing room?
Oh, by all means. In fact, it's the only dressing room we got.
What?
That is the only dressing room we got for stars.
Oh. What time do we go on?
You open the show.
We don't open no shows.
All right. You can close the show.
And we don't close any shows.
Well, you'll either open or close the show here.
We must be the only act on the bill. How many shows do we do today?
We got no set rules. You guys want to be ready at all times. And if I want you, I'll call you. If you hear me holler, the Reese Brothers, that means you're on. The picture's almost off now, so hurry up and get made up. The Reese brothers. We ain't had a chance to make up. We ain't even up yet. Mandy Lane, you just shine away on the lonely babe. You're the guy in me shine. What come to you be my Mandy? Come to me, do my Mandy do. I'm your honey boy and you're my Mandy do. Mandy, my pretty Mandy Lane. Oh, you Mandy Lane. Said Mandy Lane, Mandy Lane. When you shine bright among the sugar cane all the time, in rain or shine, promise you'll be my Mandy. Come to me, do my Mandy do. I'm your Mandy boy, and you're your Mandy do. I'm waiting all the day. I'll be waiting for you, Rosemary. Reese Brothers next. Hey, did this go on all day? It was on forever. Mandy Lane, Mandy Lane, don't shine away on the summer shine. You're the girl, shine. Everybody knows that it's the summer, babe. Come to me, too, my Mandy do. You're my Mandy boy, and I'm your honey to do. Mandy, my pretty Mandy, I'm waiting for you, Mandy Lane. Said Mandy Lane, Mandy Lane. The moon shining bright among the sugar cane. My brother, all the time, in rain or shine. Promise you'll be my Mandy Lane, my honey Lane. 'Cause I'm your honey boy and you're my Mandy Lane. Said Mandy, my pretty Mandy. Oh, waiting, Mandy Lane.
Lovely factory you have here, Robert. This is not a bad room at that.
It's all right. We ought to do good here.
We'll be the head of the show.
We'll have to be. We're the only ones here.
That's why I said it. What a joint this is. You do 2 shows before you ever see the dressing room.
Reese Brothers, that. Hey, that's
Oh, what is it? I'm not ready yet. Wait a minute.
Let me get my.
Oh,
wait.
Come on. No, I'm not.
We can't go out.
Oh, we can't go on.
What is it, a raid here or something? Mandy Lane, the moon is shining down among the sugar cane. All the birds in red girl. Promise you'll be true, my Mandy. Come to me, Lane, my Mandy Lane. You're my handy girl, and I'm your Mandy Lane. I said, Mandy, my pretty Mandy Lane.
Waiting, honey, babe.
That's Mandy Lane. I said, Mandy, my pretty Mandy Lane. You're the girl for me.
What time do we go out to eat?
You don't go out to eat. We'll send out and get your dinner for you.
Oh.
Well, what kind of sandwiches do you want? Hey, Rodney, go out and get these 2 hams, a couple of ham sandwiches.
All right.
This ain't a theater.
This is a foundry.
How many more shows do they expect us to do here?
I don't know how many do. I counted up to 15 and I got tired. Give 'em.
Here's your supper.
Hey, what's those black things in there?
Those are caraway seeds.
Thanks. Caraway seeds. Caraway seeds don't walk.
Reese, brother. Hey,
Oh,
come.
Say, what are you doing here? Listen, I'm not. Hurry up.
Hey, hey, come on.
What is it, a raid here or something?
Hey, 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 hey,
get plenty of practice around here.
Won't help you any.
Kind of fooled the brother that time. Mandy Lane, Mandy Lane. I wonder if I had a happy smile for you. I don't know. Mandy Lane, you're just a girl for me. Hi, boys. Be sure and let us know when the Reef Brothers go on, will you? Hey, you know what you got to give this kind of an audience? Yeah, I know, poison. Oh, boy, I never seem to do
Reese,
much.
brother.
Oh, no,
Come
please.
Hurry up. This is murder.
We're not keeping you up, are we? Mandy Lane, moonshine bright like a sugar cane. You're the guy, summer's fine, everybody seems to show. Mandy Lane, everybody has mountains and a stream. Idle Mandy, my pretty Mandy Lane, little Mandy Lane. Oh, Mandy Lane, why don't you go home? You're the guy.
I would, but I'm the janitor.
Summer shall be mine. Mandy Lane. I'll be waiting for you, Mandy Lane. Mandy, pretty Mandy, sunny boy.
Reese Brothers, no more shows until tomorrow morning.
I guess we got them all out.
No, it ain't. There's 2 men in that front room up there.
Go and get them out of there.
Yes.
What's their name?
Must be the Reese brothers.
Reese Brothers?
Mandy Lane, you're the kind of ride upon the sugar cane. You're the gang, tell me, Mandy Lane, oh,